Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with part 2 of the letter. I'm gonna try to make this part more shorter. I don't know, it just depends. Like, I had to include what I did in the first part because it was like all necessary. Maybe I'll just try reading faster, who knows. If you haven't watched my first video, it's fine. I'll just sum up what happened. So we're a girl named Isabella. We are a real estate agent and we're supposed to meet our partner at this haunted mansion, and when we arrived there, we couldn't find her, and then a demon attacked us or whatever, and I think Isabella's still in the mansion or whatever. And that's basically all that happened in the beginning. We went to this high school to check up on our friend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're just going to continue where we left off. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulled to consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up. Isabella. That sounds like Rose.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on. Can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand nearly taps my cheek, slaps her cheek, and something cold is suddenly pressed to the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Is she alright? Isabella? Isabella? Stop. Can you hear me? Isabella?
That sounds like I thought Rose was dead. Maybe not. Oh shoot. The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. She's still alive! I literally thought she was dead. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything. This one's Rose, right? Or, yeah, it's this one, right?
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
In the mansion? Like, what? Oh, they're asking me to get up. Kind of stupid.
The Ermengarde mansion.
Why?
Ow, my head.
You fell down the stairs. It's the last thing you remember.
And
Isabella.
the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen. No, that's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
Oh. This time, I curiously regarded the woman standing beside Rose. She was in the theme song, wasn't she? It's impossible to overlook her, with that way she towers over us. And here I thought Rose is already tall. Who was she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? Does she look like a cleaning lady? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in that suit, an expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't but help fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like a supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eye them both warily, but recite everything as she asks. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance.
I bet they think I'm crazy.
Are you alright?
As aspiration soon releases the dull ache. Damn. The memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic.
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Oh, don't be silly, Isabella.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. They're, I'm not actually sure. Wait,
demons.
Didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady looked at me like I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee. Girl smile. I should show this to troublesome clients, or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Oh, she's probably like a buyer or something. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience as she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
You're lying.
You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down.
Does she really wear this to represent as a sales representative? I don't get it.
Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work. Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
This big and this haunted? No way. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compressed to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railing to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
Drops. The two of them exchange a worried glance and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no...
All right, you in.
A smile threatens to slip out of me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Isabella is so stupid. We should be out of here already.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. What? Talk! Like no one's talking. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
Marianne McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch. Interior designer, McCulloch at xmail.com. She hands Rose her business card. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
She didn't even try Miss McCullough. Like, didn't she? She said McCullough, and you're like, McCullough. Like, come on, try.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
Homeowners, helping homeowners. I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? She hired me to handle the interior design for their new home.
It seems like her accent's changing up and down.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Yes.
It is,
but... She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Rose, like, how? I thought you knew her and you don't know what she's here for. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We'll check with our supervisor. I don't. Check with our supervisor. Wish status updated. Wait. with her name. Oh, I guess this is her. Marianne. Our relationship actually went down with Rebecca on that last episode. I didn't really notice, but who cares? Those 3 moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
Yeah, man, like, why do you think we're here?
What do you mean?
We're real estate agents. I almost flinched when she turned her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact.
Yeah, but no one's here.
However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in a deep thought after I finish. She appears to be a reasonable person. Anyway, given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd. Excuse me, I need to call my secretary.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. Moments later, Miss McCulloch returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear on her face. I forgot how to... Miss McCulloch? I forgot how to pronounce it, but it's closer to what Rose said.
Miss McCullough.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
Ah, damn it.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Now I hear the accent. It wasn't there before, but I like it.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
She kind of looks kind of creepy.
And, Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys. I think we should just leave. Come on, Isabella, be reasonable.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
Got it. The 2 of them disappeared behind the parlor's doors. When I come back, I swear I'm not going to find them and something else is going to happen to me. The key Rose have just handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer close to my body, I exit the house to get to what Rose asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Oh, just a few more hours, Isabella. She's reassuring herself. Sell the house, get the shmoney. Oh! Oh my god. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. They are murmuring amongst themselves, looking at the estate's facade, appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Groups? This is not the White House.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Hearing this, a few wandered to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Miss McCulloch also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches. This guy was the evil one when the glass broke in that theme song thing.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you!
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
Wow.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other?
Oh,
Not at all, ma'am.
don't tell me that's her husband. You know, they were...
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
They're trying to cover up how they know each other. I see. Ah, they must be the client she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine? Or the television? I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news. One way or another. I won't be surprised if these 2 already have. I like to think they are brother and sister? if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. So why did you think they're brother and sister? Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think about canceling the listing. I just hope one of my people in my or Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in my hand, I lead the way. I think these people are only here for the free food. Like, who wants this mansion? They have mansions of their own. They were talking about it. When they aren't whispering amongst themselves or going, ooh, ah, over the one thing or another, they ask questions.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
Ermengarde.
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
What?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed
The
yet?
deal has been signed yet.
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
I think I want everything changed. The rest of the conversations gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classical appeal. The open hearth of the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've seen in fairy tale books. It really does look like a fairy tale kitchen. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of the complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
I was thinking the dining table. This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright. My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
That's a lot of space.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
Splendid.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Is that the demon speaking? When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off with small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intensely. Whispers in my ears and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat.
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor.
You have to demand it, not... excuse me? We will taking a break? No.
In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. What cold whispers to you? I'm left alone for a while. The same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer. Until a hand tapped my shoulder.
Hello, you there? Yes, ma'am? Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually.
Isabella,
But yes,
actually.
what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hana. Call me Hana.
Hana.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particular sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem.
Rich people.
And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who'll probably just fill it up with cats.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? What's wrong with cats? More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person.
What if I like the reincarnation of these two? She is her, and her husband is him.
But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon, and it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am.
Yeah, I can't take bribes.
I don't really think that would be necessary
Don't you want to sell this place, Isabella? Why are you acting like this?
or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
Paperwork. I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an imploring look as Miss I forgot how to pronounce it, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug. Miss McCullough.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is gonna be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Isabella, she's doing that to get me upset.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Isabella. We should just call her Hannah, or Han, if she really wants to play.
It's Isabella.
Like, change up, she says Hannah, we should call her Hannah, with an H. It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and what's this?
A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage.
Yeah.
It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this?
They think I did that? I want to see it.
Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have
Let
seen
me
it,
see
Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
What is it?
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
It's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I had not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But with the way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
People are creepy.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
Buttercup, love, darling. A smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I didn't hear the rest of what she says after that. I can only stare down at the paper at the letter in my hands. The sides crinkle in my grip and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more than to say, no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place. You should have left. Oh my god, you had Rose's keys. Because I remember everything as clear as day. This letter and those blood-soaked limbs in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them that without looking like I've gone mad? Should I even tell them? Well, I'm supposed to show the letter to 5 people. And, you know, don't show the letter, show the letter. Let's show the letter to Rose. I blurted out before. Why are you blurting it? You're supposed to show her discreetly. I blurted out before I can think twice about what I'm going to say.
Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
Oh, that sounds bad. Hopefully, it's just like, private conversation between me and Rose. Rose cast a nervous glance at the people in the room. They heard me. Most are still, didn't hear me. Most are still engaged in a conversation with their peers, but those curious enough turned their heads in our group's direction have been giving her trademark saleswoman smile. Some people did hear. A tight expression is on her face when she pulls me
Isabella,
aside.
we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
If someone tells me a place is haunted, what's the harm in leaving? It's okay, it might cost you this job or whatever, but it'll save your life.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all. I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
She gently reaches out to pluck the letter off my hand. Without even taking a glance at it, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important.
I hate when no one believes me. Watch when the duppy comes after you.
Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
Just leave. You didn't need Rose. Before Rose could open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands on both our shoulders, pulling the two of us a distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
Well, it certainly seems... intense. A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion.
Doesn't fit Rose.
Especially darling little Lily here.
It's Isabella. He gives my shoulder a gentle squeeze while an inscrutable smile spreads across his face.
It's Isabella, sir.
Yeah.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Oh. The pressure on my shoulder lifts as soon as those words leave his wife's lips, while the scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on me. It is also impossible to miss the displeased frown on Miss Colog's face. The realization that we might lose this sale because of my outburst instantly dawns on me. Rose would be beyond pissed. I don't care.
I think I need to step out for a while.
I'll
be back.
I won't. Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
No. The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler, eyes softer, and a fond smile spreading on her face.
Hey, I'm not angry.
I'm not angry.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely treading off before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hand stiffens when she gives it back, but I take it, nevertheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. So I seen it, Rose saw it, the Wrights saw it, and Miss Kellogg saw it. So it's 4 people, right? No, I saw it, Rose saw it, the Kellogg saw it, and the interior design. So that's 5 people actually. Or maybe Isabella isn't included in that show 5 people were else thing. But yeah, so basically 5 people saw it already. I'll throw it away if I can. But I have this nagging feeling that one way or another, it'll find its way back to me, regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this.
But you still don't trust me.
But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something... I don't know,
this big?
Big. I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
My mind stops.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
She claps her hand together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand. To some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether at myself, at the unlucky turn of the situation has taken, or for her, I really don't know. I don't know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
Yeah.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't.
He's gonna give
I
me a
don't want a
spanking.
repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
So, are we good?
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
No, I need to leave.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, all right? Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who'll fetch you, okay?
Okay. She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. I do need a break. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help. Speaking of, I should call Ash. It's a few hours early from when I've told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects and...
Shit! Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Bad guys watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City.
What?
Baggers,
Shit, how
watch
loud
out,
is this thing
can't
even?
beat me. Look,
A
Ash
sharp
from
ringing
Deluxe
fills
City.
the entire hall,
Baggers,
disrupting
watch
the
out,
pleasant
can't
quiet
beat
that
me.
has settled.
Looking for
Soon
trouble?
enough, heads
Better
begin to
not
turn
lie.
in search
I'm
of the
a cool
source,
dude.
mine
Pretty
included.
fly for
He is
an
facing
Asian
away
guy.
from me, fumbling with
Sup,
something in
I'm
his
Ash
eyes.
from Deluxe City.
But I don't
Baggers,
need to
watch
see
out,
his face to
can't
know
beat
who
me.
back is.
Looking for trouble? Better not lie.
Oh, I'd
I'm a
recognize
cool
that dumb
dude. Pretty
parka
fly
anyway.
for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm
Without
Ash from
bothering to end the
Deluxe
call,
City.
I marched
Baggers,
towards him.
watch out, can't
After
beat me.
what happened
Looking
today,
for
I'm really not
trouble?
in the mood to
Better
deal with
not
this.
lie.
Of all
I'm
the
a cool
times to-
dude.
Of
Pretty
all the
fly for an
times.
Asian guy.
That's Ash.
Sup?
Ashton Frey!
That was so annoying. I really couldn't focus on reading. Ashton Free. Looks like Sasuke. Not really. What happened next is something I'll surely regret later for having not recorded.
Ah!
Wow. He sounds so sarcastic. He jumps, lets out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out from his grip. Not normal Sasuke. He looks like that Sasuke in the alternative world. I forget. The one that was very flirtatious. That Sasuke. I don't know. It bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it, before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding clack. I kind of feel sorry for the phone. And the floor.
Hello to you too, scaredy cat. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am
You
so
could have taken a
honored
picture.
you
He
find
was
this funny.
Still like that.
Is that
for
how you treat your
very
guests?
long.
I think I need to
Very
talk to
long.
your supervisor.
Your guest. You have money to buy this mansion?
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly, checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damage or scratches seems to be a more interesting activity than explaining himself.
Ash,
I could be looking to buy a house.
a mansion?
A mansion.
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
Lies. He's messing with me.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He catches a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious, I follow his gaze, but before I can figure out what has caught his attention, he places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting on my arm, like he has touched something particularly hot, and casually rubs the back of his neck.
And I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. Free time and all.
I've known you for 5 years. Why are you flustered?
So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette here.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Yes, leave now.
Wait, what? Now?
Yes. Something must have shown in my face because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
Yes, inside of me. A rush of air greets me as soon as the mansion door opens. Not the usual autumn draft, but it's still a welcome change from the stifling atmosphere inside the mansion. The mansion still looms in the background. Whispers calling me back, shadows beckoning. I don't look back. We spend the ride back to Luxburg City in a relatively quiet manner, with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background to fill the silence. Occasionally, Ash will reach out to fiddle with it until the signal settles or it's on a respectable volume, but otherwise he doesn't say anything. Neither do I. However, if the furtive glances she's been sending my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask since we left the mansion. I keep my eyes trained on the passing steamer outside in the small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him.
Here.
All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from a small compartment on his side. It hits me cleanly on the chin before I can make a move to catch it. The small package makes a soft landing on my lap instead.
Sorry.
Ignoring him, I flip the half-forgotten package on my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there. Have you eaten lunch yet?
I don't even get a chance to deny it because right on cue my stomach rumbles loudly and an empty gnawing feeling in my belly becomes noticeable. I was a motorcycle. No surprise there, I did skip breakfast and lunch so I can catch Becca while she was on break. Thanks. Then I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Despite the whole thing. Apart from acknowledging nod, Ash doesn't say anything after the small exchange. For that, I'm thankful. After getting an earful from both Becca and Rose, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really, no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine. She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way.
Why are you complaining? I checked up on you.
2, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job. Which brings us to 3. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
How do you even know about the last one?
Rebecca.
Exactly, snitch.
Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
Okay, damn. He's not entirely wrong. Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
No, you don't. His answer is a small laugh, the kind that screams, I'm right, I told you so. I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
So sad.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa. Or is it the wardrobe this time?
He meant that as a joke, but how close it is to the truth made my blood run cold and my own heartbeat a heavy weight in my chest. All at once, the letter in my back feels a whole lot heavier, burdened by my own guilt and apprehension.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
Like?
Things.
Did they do
What
anything?
things?
Your clients, the rights, was it?
I can't answer that. At least not without revealing everything that took place in the attic. Change the subject, lie to him. Let's change the subject.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours. That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
An over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it, or because he's just really very good at this. His job. Oh, he's policeman? He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over to me and returning it back to the road when he has to make a sharp turn. Time passes quickly between us in the manor, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. A small crowd is already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxport Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year is no different. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprising people give him a wide berth as they pass by. 6 feet? It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, once early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach!
Ah, he's Zachary.
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Hey, what it do? Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so as not to bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. Damn, Sasuke looks so small next to him. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Nah, that's cringy, bruh. The awkwardness that ascends within the immediate vicinity of our group is palpable enough. Look at Zach's face. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now.
Don't stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
What? There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ears.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
You really have no idea. A beat passes, and then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to
Bella!
Bella!
Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
So she has something for Ash, and Ash has something for Isabella. And then Zach's just here for now. And it's true, they've known each other for far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speak of the devil, and she shall appear. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca! You're just in time!
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places a hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
You're squishing my face. How are you? Are you all right?
What did you hear?
Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Well, she didn't know Rose. Since I don't have any family living close by and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I pushed Becca's hand away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
Blacking out is not just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to
Exactly.
brush off. Come on, at least let me check it. It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there. Isabella, this
I mean,
isn't a
that's
laughing
little
matter.
bigger.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face. Long before I can figure out what it is. Jealousy. That's what it is.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Why does she sound like, oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to, travel alone. Just for that, you're the least of my priorities of keeping alive, Becca.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time.
Her breast just won't stop.
Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
Especially you're standing in the middle of the road.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
Exactly. I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
I want to watch the premiere.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
Why are you getting jealous?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself.
No, I'll take her.
Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When, at last, she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance. I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did she whisper that under her breath, or did we all hear that?
Did you say something?
Damn it, she is jealous.
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
That is why she stands at that. So he can notice her perky jumping breast, but he doesn't notice it, and he notices Isabella, and that is why she's jealous, and that is why when I checked up on her, she really couldn't give it that, and that is why she snitched on me, because she likes Sasuke.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
For what?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca to get my wallet from my bag, and
What's this?
the letter. It's already in Ash's hand before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look. They probably think I wrote that, and I'm crazy.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
So no one else gets hexed. I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my height, but right now I really wish I have that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
No.
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. Damn, Zach really is tall. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling on my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They are still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash shades the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed.
That is why you try to hold it off.
You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me.
Damn, we get it.
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
I mean, like, it'd be hard to believe, yes, but look how scared she is.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion?
Reflection?
Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
I fell down the stairs after it showed itself to me, right? After, okay?
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Y'all just pissed off Isabella. Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand and stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw ghosts, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it off, there's a dull ache at the back of my head, begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group...
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Rebbeca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongue.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
See, that is why I like Zach. Freaking... what's her name? Rebbeca can have Ash.
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat.
Yeah, so we keeping up.
Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why she got out of bed today. To see Ash, not me. Yet despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up or Ash's and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless, so careless. Maybe leaving is a better decision for all of us. Stay for the movie, come on. Big old Zach really wants to see Tom spend time with us, you know? Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. I actually don't want her to be alone right now. Something might happen. She is hexed. But this is something special to Zach. Something he works so hard to bring to life. I should know better. Exactly. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. Me neither. A smile is back on my face when I look back
If
at
we
him.
keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
I feel like we missed the first 30 minutes. Like, it's been so long.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
This time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Oh, he turned green, so I was like, what happened? Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenging has its perks, too.
What was that for?
Being vertically challenging.
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
I'm just staring at Becca the entire time when we're talking.
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
She's mad because she doesn't have the type of personality to argue with him in a flirtatious type of way, even though that is not my intention with Isabella. Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that, the same question likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? Y'all stupid. Oh shoot, our relationship went down. She really doesn't like me. She's like a fake friend. She wants Ashton, and she senses that Ashton likes me or prioritizes Isabella over, her, even though she's known him longer than Isabella's known him. So every time I just talk to him, I've never made a choice with her. It just keeps going down. I think it's down further than what I swear it was like right here before. Yeah, and it says new, so. And if I go back, the new's gone. So yeah, it went down more.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steers towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie premiere. Now, the film's just serving as background noise, while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I think we did something to offend her. No, only I did.
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
It needs to be burnt out. Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Guards to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think
I didn't
of that?
peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
That's why I like Zach. He's the top of my priority list. We're gonna save him first, if anything. Everyone else could literally die. I don't care, but I'm gonna try to save them all, except Becca.
You do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Get out of here. There are very times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of
Ash,
those.
that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
Oh my god, he's just getting better.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Rebecca's not saying anything. Becca takes her eyes away from the screen at the moment of her
What?
name.
Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university.
I don't care where he works. We're not getting no psychologist.
Can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Okay, since he's talking about this a lot, I feel like we're gonna damn go with his idea. Hopefully I get to choose because I want to do that priest thing. Ash may be right too, however, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Yeah. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease. but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they are willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Who should I meet? Meet up with the
I'll think about it.
course.
But maybe we could go with
personally-
Zach's idea?
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around.
Exactly.
I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
But that's not our responsibility. Whoever lives in the house, it's up to them if they want to, burn it out.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Oh,
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep
Please,
insisting that we still watch it. Yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
She's Sakura, Ash is Sasuke. That's how I see it. Just this frame with that little beady thing on her head. That's a Sakura. She doesn't sound like Sakura. She does not look like Sakura, but this picture.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I threw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. Oops. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I've been recording for an hour and a half. I think I've been doing a lot. Just a lot of reading. I just didn't find a really good place to end it, but I'm just gonna end it here. So I decided to go with the priest, Zach's idea, leaning toward more with Zach saying he's calm, he's smart, he's being more sensible than Ash, and I really don't want to deal with him right now, so we're gonna do with Zach saying this episode has been very informative, very nice. We got introduced to a lot of characters. We got to know the motives of a lot of characters, like how Becca here will really drop her relationship at the, any sign of me talking to Ash, she'll just drop me. I'll make another video on this, I don't know whenever I have time. I'm sure the game is very long, but I really want to see it through. I've been dying to play this game since 2 years ago. Also, on my channel, there's more stuff I want to do. I just want to do everything all at once, and of course it's going to take time. Like if you've heard, Bleach is coming back or might be coming back, whatever. I'm really excited about that. And I want to watch it on my channel maybe, I don't know. I don't have a camera yet, so all that's going to take some time. But yeah, alright, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.